Hello everybody and welcome back. If you're anything like me, then you love movies, especially beautiful and well-crafted movie musicals. So you can imagine my joy and my zealous attitude when Hugh Jackman's The Greatest Showman showed up and danced its way into theaters and into my heart. And having seen this film 3 times as of right now, I can certainly say, in my humble opinion, I believe there is something about The Greatest Showman that makes it truly special. Now, believe me, I have seen the critics, I have seen the fans, I have seen the divisiveness that this film has, I have seen the arguments, I've heard it all when it comes to The Greatest Showman. Although The Greatest Showman is the most inaccurate portrayal of P.T. Barnum's life that you could possibly find, and it's very glossy and very Hollywoodized, I find myself wanting to go back to the theater to watch it again and again and again because of how joyous, how uplifting, and how truly magical it really is. You see, from the dance numbers to the songs to the performances to the script to everything inside this movie, The Greatest Showman is so filled with energy, so filled with love, so filled with cinema magic. I can't help but loving the movie and can't help but crying every time I see it. Because you see, in our world of movies that are overly critiqued, or movies that are picked apart and analyzed down to the bare bone, it's very hard to find a movie that is just pure joy, that is just pure fun, that is just there to make you forget about all the troubles that you have in the outside world and have an experience when you go to the movie theater. Many people complain and argue about the fact that The Greatest Showman is historically inaccurate, grossly so, and I can't deny that. The Greatest Showman is definitely a glossy and Hollywoodized version of a truly, truly horrific man. But I could also apply that term of something being glossy and Hollywoodized to films like The Sound of Music or West Side Story. Let's take West Side Story, for example. During this time period where there was a lot of racial anger towards people who were different, towards Mexican, Latinos, Spanish people, Italians, and although it might be probable, I've never seen anything in a historical text to show that there were any tensions that were lessened by 2 people of different cultures falling in love in the 1950s. And there's the same kind of attitude when it comes to The Greatest Showman. A lot of the stuff that the actual P.T. Barnum did when he was alive, although he may have changed the way people see entertainment, he did it through gross and horrendous means. But I never saw movie musicals as a form of entertainment that is supposed to give you 100% true facts. It's not supposed to be like a movie, say, Lincoln or Hacksaw Ridge, to where the realism is just thrust into your face about what it's about. When it comes to movie musicals, I always saw them as something along the lines of Sweeney Todd, where although a character like this may have existed, or even if they did existed, they're going to play it in a very cinematic, in a very fictionalized world. And that's what's happened here with The Greatest Showman. And like I keep saying, although The Greatest Showman is a very fictionalized version of reality, it is also a film that we really haven't gotten in a while. It's an original Hollywood musical, it's a joyous, energetic Hollywood musical, and it is a film that just lets you forget about the cares of your day, that you can just go in, enjoy, and feel uplifted by the time you come out of the movie theater. And I'm not saying critiquing movies are bad, or enjoying elements of a film are bad, or analyzing a film is bad. I mean, I analyze films and look deeper into them all the time. But I haven't seen a film like The Greatest Showman come out in quite some time. So while the problems are there, I think the most important fact when it comes to The Greatest Showman is how it can affect people, how it can uplift people, and ultimately how The Greatest Showman can allow people to go into a movie theater like so many did back in the Depression era, or back in World War II, or back during the Cold War. Going to see a movie that isn't trying to be too overly serious or too factual and allow people to have an escape. And that's what makes The Greatest Showman so special, is that it doesn't necessarily need you to believe that whatever is happening on screen is 100% truth. It's a film made by filmmakers who obviously we're trying to teach an important lesson about going after your dreams and just allowing families to go out to the theater around Christmas time and have an experience together. But those are just my thoughts on The Greatest Showman. In all honesty, when it comes to these kinds of video essays or these kinds of analysis, I want to get your guys' input on it, because I may think the way about The Greatest Showman that I do. It affected me on a way big personal way. And I just want to get your guys' thoughts. What do you think of The Greatest Showman? What do you think of this video? Do you think I'm off key here? Do you think that I need to look a little bit more? And do you think I shouldn't have as much film with the film as I did? But as it stands right now, I love The Greatest Showman. It's one of my favorite movie musicals of all time. And if you like what you've seen here, be sure to spread this video around and share it so maybe people can get some insight about the film that they haven't had before. And if you like what you've seen here, be sure to come back, hit the subscribe button, and tap the bell notification so you'll know when more content and new analysis and new videos like this are up on the channel. Most importantly though, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, have a song in your heart, and I'll see you guys next time.